Have you ever wondered what the vice president even does? Just think about it. People vote, but you only hear about the actual president, which is dumb because when people vote, they're voting for a president and a vice president. Some people might ask, where does the vice president live? Does he live in a big house? Or does he live in a small ghetto house? Does he or she drive really nice cars? Or the really ghetto cars? How much money does the vice president make?
Like $1 bajillion, right?
Yeah, no. Okay, let's start out with what it takes to become a vice president. Well, technically, anyone can be vice president or even the president. Yep, even that dirty hobo down the street. But before he jumps straight into office, he must be at least 35 years old. You also have to be a native-born American citizen. So make sure that hobo is at least 35 and is a native-born American, or no presidency for him. Sucks to suck. And for the rest of the people that qualify, they must have lived in the U.S. for at least 14 years. But there's a catch. Obviously, your political party isn't going to automatically throw you into the vice president chair and force you to work. You have to be liked by the people of America. So if you don't have any friends, then you might want to say goodbye to being president. If you didn't know, the vice president is the very next person to take the president's position. But in order for that to happen, the president has to be killed, or just sick, or something that forces him not to be able to do his job. Assassination. Anyway, John Adams, our very first vice president of the United States, once said, quote, I am vice president. In this, I am nothing, but I may become everything. Unquote. What he means by this is, the vice president doesn't do squat until something bad happens to the president, and then he takes the spot of the actual president. I'll just let that sink in for a little bit. We'll be right back after the break. Wait, can I get that?
Yeah, sure.
Yay!
Oh, this is cool. The vice president's well-known duties are to assume the office of president if he or she is unable to fulfill it, to serve the president of the Senate, and cast a Senate vote only when a tie occurs. Other duties and responsibilities have fallen on the vice president throughout history, but it has usually been taken over by the president. Some vice presidents in the past have focused their work mainly on legislative duties, while others have usually taken a managerial position for the president. The vice president often receives executive assignments from the president and can serve an advisory role for the president. If the president is unable to attend an office function, they usually call on the vice president to go and represent that executive branch.
Originally, the vice president was the person who got the second most electoral votes in the presidential election. But after there was a tie between two candidates, the 12th Amendment to the Constitution said that the vice president and the president would be elected separately. Soon afterwards, political parties began running the president and the vice president on only one platform. Now the vice presidential candidates are chosen by the leadership of a political party. Joe Biden is the current Vice President of the United States and is the 47th Vice President in American history. He is the second in command to Barack Obama. Biden is in charge of using his leadership on important issues that our nation faces. He was tasked with implementing the American Recovery and Reinvestment Act, which is helping to rebuild our economy and lays the foundation for a sustainable economic future. He has also continued his efforts to raise the living standards of middle-class Americans around the country. Biden has also focused on the issues of college affordability and American manufacturing growth. He is also a member of the National Security Council, and he serves on the board of the Smithsonian. Biden continues to draw on his foreign policy experience, advising the president on different international issues. He has also played a big role in ending the war in Iraq by traveling to the country a numerous amount of times to mark the formal end of the war.
Now you know all about the Vice President.